beautiful. An act providing for a comprehensive policy on, remember the term, comprehensive policy on responsible parenthood. They incorporated it in the final version because that's what the President wants, reproductive health and population and development and for other purposes. So if you have been watching debates or TV discussions of pro-RH, they're contradicting themselves. Lagman says, this is our solution to poverty. Beth Anshoko says, no, this is not a solution to poverty. And then we are saying we don't need population control because let us look at the experience of other countries where they're now experiencing demographic winter. And they would say again, this is not about population control. They are lying to their kids. Why? They're having a hard time defending a bill which is full of deception, no? So what is responsible parenthood? Responsible parenthood is actually a term coined by the church. It is very beautiful, but they actually nakaw nila yung term ng Catholic Church, no? To them, responsible parenthood means you should only have 1 or 2 children, especially when you are poor. And when you have more than 2, you are irresponsible. And definitely, I would rebel because I am the 9th of 11 children and I come from a poor family. And I'm not ashamed to say I come from a poor family. Was Jesus rich when he came to earth? He was Saint Joseph an engineer? He was only a carpenter. Mama Mary wasn't a professional. She was only at home. So we should not be afraid of being poor, no? So, as Mother Teresa said, which is also in the Bible, the poor you will always have with you. They are your practicum in going to heaven. I know that you have gone abroad. You have gone to the United States, you have gone to Japan. Why do they still have homeless? Because, as Mother Teresa indeed said, they are our practicum in going to heaven, where we can practice our virtues, no, of charity, of generosity, where if we have extra, it is not actually for us to keep, because we are only stewards of God's will. It is for us to share. Have you ever wondered why there are so many people now who are spending a lot of money for liposuction because they are eating too much and so they are putting a lot of weight? So why don't we suggest to them, why don't they give their extra food to the poor? So indeed, if you follow the Bible, there will be no poor in this world, no? So it's really something. So, sabi nila, they always tell us, that bill is not about abortion. And then they call us liars. But you know, many times in the bill, you will find the term prevention of abortion and management of post-abortion complications. Although they have categorically said now proscription in the substitute bill, but they still retain management of post-abortion complications. Why? They think us Filipinos are bobo. We don't understand the term, no? But I invite everyone to look at this manual, and I have a copy of this manual, Planning for a Sustainable Supply of Manual Vacuum Aspiration Instruments by IFAS, an international abortion organization. As you can see, this manual is for international use. The first time I got to read this manual, when I was preparing a presentation for Congress, I cried the whole night because of embarrassment. Even if I already know that I was at the Department of Health that this was being done, I felt so embarrassed because on page 18 of this manual, it says, case study, the Philippines. The Philippines was made model, telling the whole world, you Ligaya the Philippines. Because in the Philippines, through the use of the term prevention of abortion and management of post-abortion complications, it says the Department of Health was able to acquire manual vacuum aspirators, which is a known abortion device, since 2003. And then they mentioned there who are the commercial distributors, who are the funders. Packard Foundation, which is the #1 funder of the Philippine Legislators Council for Population and Development, through which the mind-boggling amount of money is channeled for our pro-RH legislators. If you look at the website of Packard Foundation, and if you look at the materials, of course they are pro-abortion organization. and USAID also. Of course, USAID and UNFPA have been funders of abortion programs in China all over the world, no? And then they always tell us, in the Senate version of Senator Defensor Santiago, she says there, we have to approve this bill because this is our commitment to CEDAW. You will also notice in the hearings in Congress, they say, this is our commitment to CEDAW. Do you know what is CEDAW? The Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, which is an attached agency of the United Nations. It has been promoting abortion all over the world, gender feminism, no? And then in 2006, it made a periodic review, this I have a copy, a periodic review of the Philippines, and it told the Philippine government to remove the punitive provisions of abortion, to decriminalize abortion in this country. And if you search further, CEDAW jurisprudence all over the world have actually consistently declared anti-abortion laws as a violation of the rights to life and health. No? I can tell you a lot about CEDAW if only we have all the time. Of course, they have been also promoting saying that we have to enjoy all rights, particularly sexual and reproductive rights. And it has recommended that sex education be widely promoted and targeted at adolescent girls and boys, which is being legalized in the reproductive health bill. No? I can say a lot about CEDAW. Now let us go to section 2, paragraph 3, declaration of policy of this bill. It says, the state guarantees universal access. Please put that into mind, so that you will be able to join debates, public debates. You can add your voice to this debate. No? We need a lot of people speaking against the bill. What is universal access? I will tell you in a little while. But it says universal access to medically safe. No? Now question, who determines what is medically safe? It is not the church, it is not us. We have overwhelming scientific evidence, shitloads, tons of evidence regarding the killer effects of contraceptives, but they don't want to accept it. So is it really medically safe? And then, there are so many things. You will notice there, prioritizes the needs of women and children. What do we mean by universal access? In the international parlance, and I quote, universal access to reproductive health refers to a full package. Take note also of the term full package because you will see this many times mentioned in this bill. So it says full package of services including comprehensive sexuality education, which is mandated in the bill, access to contraception, which is made essential medicines in this bill, maternity care, emergency obstetric care, which is a euphemism for abortion, and it says safe abortion services. To them, what is safe is when it is legal. But of course, we know that what is legal is not necessarily moral, no? My goodness, they are really deceiving us. So if you go to section 4, they define reproductive health as a full range of methods, facilities, services, no? They again mention it in section 7, access to family planning, which mentions full range of modern family planning methods. It is also in section 25, implementing mechanism, that the state shall ensure that reproductive health services are delivered with full range of supplies, facilities, equipment, and service. And now you know that the full range of service include what? Comprehensive sex education, contraception, and abortion. So that is what is reproductive health. And then in section 8, this is a new section which wasn't found in the new section. It says maternal and newborn health care in crisis situations. Now if you don't understand, you will see, ang maganda naman pala, it's beautiful because it's taking care of the health of mothers and children. No? So let's read. It says, local government units and the Department of Health shall ensure that a minimum Initial Service Package or MISP, please take note of the term MISP, for reproductive health shall be made available. What is MISP? I invite you to Google it in the internet. Type nyo po, MISP. And then you will be led to this 98-page manual. The title is Minimum Initial Service Package, or MISP, for reproductive health in crisis situations. This is exactly what is being talked about in Section 8, but it is not being explained, of course, in Section 8. But categorically, it mentions about MISP. Now, if we look at this 98-page manual, and I read it again before I made this presentation, just to make sure kung meron silang binago. So it says, MISP is a set of priority activities. So yun ang unang-unang gagawin. For example, there's another flood. In fact, during the Typhoon Undoy, this was made available in Marikina, no? And you will find that MISP is nothing but the provision of contraceptives and abortion services. In fact, kit 1 under MISP is the condom kit. And the instruction there, which I quote, it says, make condoms visible and available even when people object. Can you imagine that? Kahit ayaw natin, talagang pipilitin nila. And then it says there, make it available anywhere where people congregate. Even in toilets, not in latrines, because they say in their discussion there, young people might be ashamed to pick up the condoms in public places because they might be afraid of their parents or their families. So make it available even in toilets, no? Because they have to make it available to young people. Also in food distribution centers. So together with the food, they will also distribute condoms. Remember what the Department of Health did during Valentine's Day last year? We distributed condoms together with the flowers in Damwa. And last February 14, who distributed condoms? Pisa Hontiveros Barraquero and Congressman Rakabayan, no? They are very expensive promo boys and girls for condoms. Of course, there's a lot of money there. And in fact, nung makaharap ko yung Gabriela, I told them straight, kasi mas maganda na ko, harap-harapan na eh. Sabi ko, I am so sad. I don't understand. You position yourself as being nationalistic, but yet you are promoting a bill which is foreign imposed, which will kill the culture, the Filipino people themselves. You say that you are pro-women, but you are promoting this bill which would kill the women, and they could not reply, no? Because they are lying to their teeth. And look at this. In that manual, there is a page which will teach the workers how to compute the needed condoms according to the population. And then, there's also the post-rate kit. Of course, it's about abortion, oral injectable contraception, sexually transmitted infections, IUD kit, and then kit 8, management of complications of abortion. And of course, kasama dyan ang vacuum extraction for delivery or manual vacuum aspiration instruments, which are abortion devices, as I told you. So it's really nothing but contraception and abortion. They are hiding it in the many terms in the bill. And if you will notice, if you will read the bill, it's so redundant, no? Why? My analysis is, it's because when amendment time will come, if the other sections will be taken out, then there will still be some that will stay out, no? So it's all the same. And then, there are other instructions in the MISP manual. One says, emergency contraception should be made available to women and girls to avoid unintended pregnancy. Do you know what is emergency contraception? Also called morning after pill? Of course, they are abortifacients, no? That's why it's called morning after. That's why it's called emergency contraception. Because, for example, if you did not have what we call as protected sexual intercourse last night, then you can take it this morning so that if ever there was a baby that was formed during your sex, then you will kill the baby through this emergency contraception. I actually have a separate talk on emergency contraception or morning after pill. Notice that it's not only married women. Of course, they target also the girls. In fact, the Junior Secretary Cabral say she wants to teach sex education as early as kindergarten. And it also says, ensure that contraceptives are available and give full range of obstetric services for women with emergency obstetric complications which I told you also is a euphemism for abortion. We have to order about World Health Organization, UNCHR, etc. Do you think World Health Organization is really pro-life or defending health? Do you know that the World Health Organization is mentioned in the National Security Study Memorandum 200, which will be used to promote population control programs all over the world?